Hello again, and this is your girl, that Ninja Chick, back to you with the review of the 90-Day Fiancé. This is our final episode, and our tell-all starts next week. I'm so excited because it looks like it's going to be very juicy. However, let's get on with this week's episodes, shall we? First and foremost, we're going to start with the ever boring and dull Yolanda and Williams. This episode, Yolanda's daughter found a private investigator that's going to investigate Williams and see what's actually going on. We all know what's going on. This Yolanda episode has been dragged out all throughout the season, and quite frankly, does not make her look good at all. It makes her look very, very dumb. But I'm here for the entertainment. How many of you are willing to bet that Williams is a Nigerian guy from either Edo or Delta states? Like, being specific. After I heard his accent, I said, this is my Nigerian brother. Edo or Delta, maybe Igbo. I'm not quite sure, but let's see how it goes. Williams, next week, we'll find out where that young man is from. And hopefully Yolanda hasn't sent him any incriminating pictures, because they're going to disgrace her in these internet streets. All right, let's move on to Stephanie and Erica. This episode, we didn't see any of Erica because Stephanie is back in the US. Stephanie had an appointment to go and see her mom. I think that was her brother there as well. And they sat down for either lunch or dinner. It wasn't quite clear. See, my people, Stephanie played all of us. She made us think that her mom was this strict woman, that would be so disappointed in her decisions and everything. And for the whole season, strung us along. She made it look like her mom was one of those people that was against sexualism, was going to be against it. She was so afraid of coming out to her mom. And actually, I didn't think that her mom was going to be as supportive as she was. That conversation lasted a day. In the same day, your mom gave you her blessing, and you're making us think that you can't come up to your mom yet because you don't want to disappoint your mom and everything. All those yada 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 you're telling us went to Australia and was playing with Erica. And that is the only reason why I don't like Stephanie. She knew that, you see, her mom was going to have an issue with this. Because if her mom was going to have an issue with this, she wouldn't have gone to Australia to go and meet up with a fellow girl. She played this entire season out to her favor. I'm very sure that she's enjoying the fringe benefits that come with being on 90-Day Fiancé. And hopefully we don't get to see her on any other seasons because she's a fraud. Alright, moving on to Darcy and her sister Stacy. Apparently, Tom has tried to contact her again. I don't know what Tom is trying to do because it's obvious Tom does not like this woman. Is he just trying to look for more screen time on television? Or does he really, really want to make it work with her? But he's told her that he's found someone else that makes him feel loved the way he wants to be loved. So what else does he want? This Tom is just a user. He's a terrible user, an abuser, and I'm so glad that Darcy is growing a pair and she's not giving him the time of the day. So apparently Tom's friend and Tom's mom reached out to Darcy to say, oh, Tom is really sorry, he thinks he made a mistake, he wants to get back. And Darcy says she didn't respond to any of them. Good for you, girl, Darcy, good for you. We'll say in Nigeria, you don't get sense. I actually hope that she gets, with a rich billionaire that will take care of her and support her lifestyle. I'm not happy with the fact that Stacy keeps gaslighting her. Right now, Stacy's fiance is actually going for his K1 visa appointment. We've seen their relationship be toxic and hostile. I think that when Florian gets to the US, it's going to be worse because Darcy is going to be jealous. Stacy's going to keep gaslighting her. It's going to be a mess. Hopefully 90-Day Fiancé cameras will be around to capture all that, and we'll be here to watch. So next, we're moving on to Big Ed. This episode, we see Big Ed trying to mend the fence with his daughter because his daughter had cut him off after he had gone to the Philippines to see Rose, and so she cut all communications with him. It's quite funny to see how tiny the daughter is, how tiny his mom is, and Big Ed is just like 5. So they're all a family of tiny people. They're so tiny. But anyway, his daughter was quite forgiving. She said she felt abandoned, like she didn't matter to him. It was a very cute scene, but I think that his daughter is being selfish. You have to let him settle down with whom he wants to settle down with. She was being manipulative. I don't think I like that about that. Granted, Big Ed is a rubbish person, but even at that, even he deserves love. He and his daughter made up, and everything seems to be going hunky-dory from there. My favorite couple of the season, quite frankly, as you all know, is baby girl Lisa and Usman. I don't know why they call him Usman. It's not Usman. The last episode where we left off, baby girl Lisa had just walked off on Umar and Farouk. This is Usman's elder brothers, and they were shaking their heads, and I was like, this is so disrespectful. I don't even know why they're upset. Lisa is older than all of them on that table, so why are they upset that they're older than them? Because she's a woman. So Usman went to meet his girlfriend in the room, and she was quite apologetic that she had walked out and everything. And Usman seemed worried too, but nothing will come between him and this green card. No matter how much he's going to have to stomach for this, he will never give up his love for Lisa because he comes with that green card. Anyway, so they make up that night. The next morning, she wakes him up to say this is her wedding day. I could smell the breath from that television screen. So she tries on her wedding gown, and that wedding gown, now wow. She was complaining about people thinking that she was knocked up. With that her stomach, how would she be looking knocked up? I don't even know which dua they gave that material to go and sew. And they saw that carpenter-looking wedding gown. She didn't wear bra inside. They couldn't even get her a makeup artist to rub small paint on her face and pack her hair small. She just looked like a disaster. Well, it was her wedding day and she was happy. Usman looked very handsome in his babariga, 1,500. But that wasn't the material he picked though. Remember when they went shopping in Sokoto with his mom? That wasn't the material that they picked, unless I can't remember properly, but I don't think that was the material they picked when they went to the store. And he escorted his bride to the registry. Everybody's face looked stank. Brothers, his mom, everybody was looking like, oh gosh, Usman. The mom said she's expecting Lisa to have 2 children in 3 years, and I'm like, with which eggs? Even Angela had one remaining. Lisa has smoked all hers away with those cigarettes she's only smoking. Anyway, I don't know how that's going to be possible, but Usman and baby girl Lisa got married, and this episode, she was going to leave back to the US the next day, and she was genuinely crying. I was like, yeah, I don't understand. Is it that she suddenly realized that I don't even know why she was crying, and the cry was genuine? And Usman tried though. In that Abuja airport where people were looking at you, you're walking up and down with that old woman. I recognized the airport, I recognized when they drove into the parking lot, I recognized when they walked into the custom people that put their hand in your luggage looking for what box you didn't set them to look for. Yeah, I recognized that area and everything. It was pretty cool. I also recognized where he went up. You know, when you go up and say goodbye to people that are traveling. I recognized all that places. It was pretty cool to see. So baby girl Lisa left and she was crying, she was sobbing, Usman was comforting her. It was pretty cute to see, if only baby girl Lisa wasn't so vile. But then that's Usman and Lisa. Next up is Varia and Jeffrey. So the last time we saw Varia and Jeffrey, Varia had just come to the States to surprise her love and find her love on the chair with another woman. Oh dear. This Jeffrey is the reason that women snap. Just that morning, he was in the house with Mary, talking about the possibility of pursuing a relationship with her, and let's see where things go and things like that. And then knock, the woman that cheated you a few months ago is at your door. And the way he let Mary just go, Mary is so dispensable. I wish she can realize that for herself and realize that she should never be any man's backup plan. Something is wrong with Mary. Anyway, I digress, because Jeffrey and Varia end up together. They wake up the next morning, they've had a good time obviously in bed. They went for a cruise and a dinner. They what else did they do? Oh, they hung out with some of his friends. Mary made a show, came into the place where they were hanging out and had a word with Jeffrey, asking what's going on. Jeffrey had no response. Varia called Mary to the side and said, stay off my man. And Mary was like, I'm not staying off any man, that is my man. So Varia got upset and walked off. Jeffrey followed Varia, left Mary there with their friends. Anyway, fast forward to a day before she's going back to Russia, and they've bonded so well. Jeffrey is telling Varia how much he appreciates this time they spent together and everything. They go to make a wish, some weird fairy tale thing like that. And then when Varia turned around, there was Jeffrey with the ring asking her to marry him again. I commend Jeffrey. It's not easy to ask the same girl to marry him twice. So I commend him. Then Varia this time, she has been dreaming of this engagement since. She was so happy. Yes. Our wishes are the same. The creatures can read it in Russia. Yada, 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 and everything. So they were happy. He was happy. Goodbye scene at the airport was different from the last time. Varia was crying and Jeffrey was comforting her, and they were saying how they're going to do the K1 visa process quickly so that Varia can come over and they can start their life together and be happy family and everything. And I was like, okay, let's see how that goes. Anyway, so that's them. And then off to David and Lana. This couple surprised me because I never knew they would ever be my top choice couple. But here we are with David and Lana. Guys, you know that David has been in Ukraine looking for Lana. He's been there, I think he was there for 10 days, but he has only seen Lana for 2 days or something ridiculous. On the third day that they were supposed to see, she had to babysit her nephew. I personally think that nephew is Lana's son. And Lana lives with her husband, but that's neither here nor there. During that episode, the private investigator that David had hired sent him a link showing him that Lana had 3 different profiles on, I don't know, I cannot remember if he said it was the same dating website or 3 different dating websites, but Lana's job was scamming men and David was still not phased. He was like, that's why I fired him. He's trying to tell me that Lana is not real and everything. This same episode, he gave Lana an iPhone so that they can leave the website and communicate directly. Lana has a phone already. I don't know if you didn't know that before, but Lana has a phone already. So she, homegirl's gonna sell that phone, make some money, put it in her pocket, and add to the money that David has spent on her head. Even in an interview she was giving, she would be saying, oh yes, she really loves, she's a romantic future with David and everything. But when the man is hugging her, she'll be looking like a stick. As the final goodbyes were on the way, and David had turned away to go through security and go on his plane, he turned around and did all these romantic gestures you see in the movie. He came around, knelt down and said, Lana, will you marry me? Lana was happy. I don't know if it was just me, but I noticed that she was excited. And she actually initiated the kiss this first time. This was the first time she initiated a kiss with David. She gave him a kiss and she was happy, and everything. I was like, this girl is confusing AF. What's even going on here? Anyway, David left Ukraine an engaged man with a fiancé. Well, that I did not see coming. That one, I did not expect it at all. I was like, hey, what? Anyway, David's an engaged man, and Lana is still going to continue scamming him for every penny she can get, and he deserves every bit of it. Alright guys, so that is my recap for the 90-day fiancé. Before the 90 days, as usual, I appreciate your views. I will appreciate if you comment down below. Tell me what you think. I like to know what you think. Do you agree with what I'm saying, or do you disagree? Do you have a different point of view? This is all fun in the 90-day fiancé streets. A new episode of 90 Day The Other Way is starting. I'm going to be reviewing that for sure because I will keep watching 90 Day Fiancé. I like the way they've spun everything, and they are all season round, all year round. They have something on TV. If it's not The Other Way, it's Where Are They Now? Now there's self-quarantine. I don't really see myself reviewing self-quarantine because I don't really know. I don't know, for some reason I don't really like it. But The Other Way, you will hear from me. Until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It's your girl, the Ninja Girl. See you later. Bye.